We were discussing basic capacitance bridge in last class because we want to find out the unknown impedance or unknown capacitance of one component. For this, we can use this basic capacitance bridge. In this case, the unknown capacitor can be found out if we know the value of R1, R2, and C1, provided that the detector is in the center, indicating there is no current flow through the detector. So this could be done using the values of C1 and R2 as a fixed, and we can just vary the value of R1 and we can find out the value of unknown capacitance. This circuit can help us out only when we have a very good capacitor, and by good capacitor we mean that it does not have any parasitic resistance, or that parasitic resistance is very small, negligibly small. But in case of most of the capacitors, they have some parasitic resistances in series or parallel. So therefore, for this basic capacitance bridge is of no use in that case when we don't have pure capacitor. So we can also find out the range depending upon the variable values of R1, because we are just going to vary R1 and R2 and C1 is going to be fixed. Similarly, we can also include R2, and then we can change the range of measurements. Similarly, we can select multiple capacitors, and therefore we can get multiple ranges according to that as well. So now let's see if we have parasitic components with capacitance, then we can find out this this value using the formulas given here, and there is also a dissipation factor involved in the capacitor, which indicates the ratio between the reactance of the capacitor and the resistance of the capacitor. So there could be two possibilities, that the parasitic resistance connected in parallel, that is its value cannot be neglected, or the value connected in series cannot be neglected. So in both cases we can find out the value of dissipation factor. So in case of parallel, the reactance, capacitive reactance divided by the parallel resistance gives us the dissipation factor. And smaller dissipation factor means that the quality of the capacitor is good. Similarly, for series connected parasitic resistance, then we have dissipation factor can be calculated as RS, parasitic resistance, series resistance divided by the series reactance. Therefore, we also can find the relationship. For example, if we have resistance connected in series, we can find out the equivalent parallel resistance, and from parallel resistance we also can convert that into series resistance. So therefore, if we have something like circuit B, we can find the circuit A according to the change in according to the formula, where we can change circuit from series to parallel combination. Similarly, the capacitance also going to be changed when we are converting that circuit from series to parallel and vice versa. Therefore, the relationship is going to change again. So if we have resistance connected in parallel, then we can find out the dissipation factor, and then from dissipation factor we can find out the resistance connected in series. Similarly, for parallel combination of C and R, parallel capacitance can also give us the value for series. We can also calculate by multiplying capacitance, parallel capacitance, and multiplying it with 1 plus the dissipation factor square, and therefore we can get another circuit, which is the circuit B. So we can convert back into parallel, and from parallel we can go back to the series connection. So first option is series connected resistance and capacitance comparison bridge. So if we know that our capacitance, unknown capacitance, its values are connected in series, then we can use this series resistance capacitance comparison bridge. But if our unknown capacitance has parallel resistance, then obviously we have to modify the circuit accordingly. So now how we are going to get the relationship between the known values and the unknown values, so that we can find out the unknown value from a balance bridge. So now in this series resistance capacitance comparison bridge, we have connected series and parallel capacitors, and capacitor and variable resistor. And obviously this capacitor has to be pure capacitor, so that it does not contain any parasitic resistance in series or in parallel. So therefore the requirement goes on to the onto this pureness of the capacitance. Only then we can find out the unknown values. So using a pure capacitor, we are going to find the values of not pure capacitor, or a practical capacitor, or a capacitor which is poorly manufactured, or a low cost capacitor. So now we have to get the series series connected resistor and capacitor, their impedance, and because they are connected in series, so therefore we are going to add the resistance along with the capacitive reactance. And sorry, J is not here. So resistance and reactance. together, and therefore reactance of the capacitance is minus j divided by omega C1, and it is going to multiply by the other side of the bridge R3, or another way around we can write it down like this. Z1, let's say we have Z1 as the combination of R1 and C1 divided by R2, which is the variable resistance. So this ratio has to be equal to the ratio of Zs divided by R3. So therefore, we can multiply it and get the relationship like this. Then after simplifying, we get R1 multiplied by R3 and R3 multiplied by J divided by omega C1. On the other side, we have R2 multiplied by Rs and minus J R2 divided by omega Cs. So from this real and reactive portions, we can say that the real portion must equal when the bridge is balanced, and similarly imaginary component must be equal as well. So therefore R3 multiplied by R1 must be equal to R2 multiplied by Rs. And in this case R1 as well as R2 both are variable, whereas R3 is fixed. So on the other side we have imaginary components equal, so minus JR3 divided by omega equal to minus JR2 divided by omega Cs. So J can be cancelled out and omega can be cancelled out, so we end up with the two relationships. One is for Rs, and that is R3 multiplied by R1 divided by R2. And similarly for Cs, we have R2 multiplied by C1 divided by R3. So if we take the C1 and R3 equal to a constant value, then we can find out that the CS is going to be directly proportional with R2. Let's look at from here that if we keep this ratio constant, and because these two components, they don't have variable parts, so therefore they have a fixed value, and from this fixed value we can find out that CS is directly related with the value of R2. If R2's value is large, the value of CS is also going to be large enough. Then we can use the dissipation factor, and dissipation factor for unknown resistance and the known impedance V1 must be equal. So therefore their dissipation factor, they are going to equal as well. Okay, so when the bridge is balanced, the both dissipation factors are going to be equal. So therefore, we can find out the dissipation factor of a series RC component, and that is Rs divided by XS. So reactance of unknown capacitance is omega C, and we will not be using imaginary component over here. So just we want to find out the value of dissipation factor. So then we can put the relationship of Rs into this, and then we have R3 multiplied by R1 divided by R2 put into the dissipation factor formula instead of Rs. And similarly, CS, for this we also have a formula. So therefore, we are going to replace CS by R2 by R3 into C1. So therefore, the resistors R3 divided by R2 and multiplied by R2 by R3 can be cancelled out. So we'll end up with only the dissipation factor omega R1 C1, which we have already said that that is equal to the Z, that is equal to the R1 divided by X1. So therefore, we don't need to find out or derive this. We can directly also say that the dissipation factor of the unknown capacitance must equal to the dissipation factor of R1 and reactance of C1. So therefore, whatever the value we put there for R1 and C1, we get the dissipation factor, and therefore we are going to get the value of Rs and CS. And because we also have the formulas over there, so by tuning the values of R1 and R2, we can get the values of Rs and CS automatically. Any question regarding this circuit? Okay. क्या ख्याल है, यहाँ पे थोड़ी ब्रेक कर लें, फिर हम कंटिन्यू?
यस,
ठीक है, क्योंकि कंटिन्यूएशन में आ रहे हैं तो फीलिंग लिटिल बिट टायर्ड, तो हम यहाँ पे थोड़ा सा पॉज कर लेते हैं.
यस.